Meet Sadie, a registered nurse with a passion for beekeeping. Sadie has a visual impairment called deuteranomaly, a subtype of colorblindness characterized by the inability to distinguish green pigments. This could make it difficult for her to distinguish shades of brown and yellow, as well as subsequent stages of larva development in her hive. Sadie needs to recognize each stage of her bee's life cycle, from egg to larva to pupa, to ensure the queen is laying eggs and that the hive is functioning. Sadie decides to download DataBuzz, an app that she heard about through a member of her Beekeepers Association. DataBuzz uses image recognition to help beekeepers identify each stage of her bee's life cycle, from egg to larva to pupa, types of pollen produced in her hive, and where the queen is. First, Sadie confirms which of her 2 hives is her current location. Then, she decides to start a hive check. DataBuzz lets Sadie know if current seasonal and weather conditions are good for her hive based on her location. Sadie then follows the checklist by suiting up, preparing her smoker, and finally setting up her DataBuzz camera stand. Sadie is now ready to begin her hive check. Sadie pulls out a frame and places it in front of her camera. DataBuzz uses image recognition to capture an image of Sadie's frame. Sadie receives a notification on her smartwatch that the image was taken successfully, so she pulls another frame out to be photographed. But this time, the app has trouble recognizing the frame. The app notifies Sadie of the issue, so she adjusts her frame to get a better shot. The camera is able to get a better look on her frame and notifies Sadie that her hive check is now complete. Sadie can complete her hive check and review the data that was collected. Sadie begins with her life cycle trends. DataBuzz shows that she has a large percentage of pupa in her hive, which means she'll have more drones in the next few days. Sadie might be concerned that she doesn't have as many newly laid eggs. She decides to change her data range to 30 days to see if there's any difference. Sadie sees that there has been a greater variety in life cycle development over the last 30 days, but she still wants to know how her hive matches up with other apiaries nearby. Sadie notices she has even more eggs than some apiaries in her community, so she feels good about the current state of her hive. Next, Sadie decides to check out her pollen activity. Sadie can view the kind of pollinating plants her bees are harvesting from. Similarly to life cycle trends, the data change can be customized to different lengths of time. Sadie sets her date range to 30 days to get a broader look at what kind of pollen is being collected. Sadie can also compare her pollen trends to other apiaries in her community, as well as view all classifications of pollen in her community. Sadie wants to review the images taken on her camera from today's hive check. DataBuzz didn't show Sadie where the queen bee is, but Sadie can zoom in on images. She tries to look for her queen, but still can't spot her. Because of her deuteranomaly visual impairment, viewing this image is difficult for Sadie. Sadie opts to switch her color values under settings to see if she can get a better look. Sadie can now easily spot her queen bee. After reviewing her data, Sadie can spend more time doing what she loves, enjoying nature.